Hello everybody, welcome back to Gtech New Horizons. I hope y'all are having a fantastic day, and let's get straight into it. Now, if you remember last episode, I just barely started getting into thaumcraft, and that's where we're going to jump straight into today. Now, first of all, I honestly have absolutely no clue how any of this works, so we're going to be trying to do that. Now, I believe it gave me a little thingy. Yes, it did. So I'm able to just look at all of these, and it also told me that there's a quality of life thing with chests. Yes, so we're going to do that real quick because I don't want to go through each of my things to scan everything. So let's go to Thom. Give me the Thaumonomicon. Thaumonomicon. We'll grab our wand as well. All right. Now our goal for this is to primarily get nugget duplication. So that is our goal. Now, what do we need to do? We need to do research expertise. Your knowledge is poor. You need scribing tools and paper to get this research note. You put this in here, something like that, and paper. Well, let's go grab our paper. Now I'm wondering, do I have to scan this? And now is it available? Ah, yes it is. Okay. Well, that's good to know. You already have this research note in your inventory. Oh, interesting. So it makes notes. So do we put it in there? You've run out of ink. Well, let's go put our ink in there. So I guess that we need to figure out what connects. I'm not sure how this works. Okay, well, drag and drop or drag and right click aspects to draw and combine. Okay, so I'm not 100% sure how all this works. So my guess is that it's like things that are kind of related. So I just did brain and then man, beast, motion. And then I'm not 100% because so this is census. And so my guess is like the sense of, I don't know, like motion, which the only one I can think of is like air. Oh, okay. That wasn't super hard. Okay, so I've gotten these three. I'm not sure what the last one is, so I'm probably just gonna guess. So I'm going to just, I don't know, fiddle around. That took way too long. I had to actually look up how to, like, what the last one was, and I also figured out how to actually combine stuff. So you just do it like, well, let's not go crazy. You just click on one of them, and then you can right click any of these and they'll mix. That's pretty cool. All right, this one is for node tapping. This allows us to look at nodes and we can like steal we can get the stuff from it. Okay, now let's get the workbench, which is something I've kind of just put off. So I think it's just a table and then, yep, there we go. So we've got our work table. Very cool. Yeah, I think I need to go to a vein or whatever they're called. Carl, why did he get out? Where the heck is Carl? There you are. Can I not pick up? Well, it looks like there's nothing I can do. I'm sorry, Carl. You have to die now. It was fun while it lasted. Well, I do suppose that means that this is no longer used for ender pearls. Very sad. That also means I'll have to start collecting the needed materials for them. You'd think that that was far enough. That's kind of ridiculous. Okay, I did not realize this, but you can see these bad boys through the... Oh, let's do the spawner first. What is that even a spawner of? Oh, a wisp! Okay, so I'm working on getting ore duplication set up. So I need metal transmutation, I believe. And then I accidentally clicked on that one, I believe. Yeah. So we're going to do that one as well. But I just did that one, which should unlock over here. Yes, metal transmutation. Transformation of metals into iron. So that will, we're gonna sort of cheese our way through this because I'm sick and tired of waiting like absolute ages for 10 iron. So, oh, actually, that's a lot of iron. Or steel, that's what I meant. So we're gonna make this a little bit easier on ourselves by getting ore duplication. And then I'm not sure which one gives steel. We might have to just do all of them and then do that. But gold transmutation will be really good. Copper will be really solid as well. I think there was one for tin, wasn't there? Yeah, tin. Tin would be solid as well. So let's, well, first of all, I need to do that. And let's see if I can't get everything. All right, we're back. I had to go driving for 2 hours. That was a blast. So we have gold transmutation and illuminant. We're going to do this one first. Oh, we're out of ink. Ah, well, let's go grab our ink. All right, there we go. So we've got gold transmutation. That's going to be a really important one. And then we also need to do copper. I think that because we have that unlocked, there's something over here that we unlocked, isn't there? Metal transmutation. I think it's this one. Iron nugget. Okay, I'm just going to unlock all of them. I mean, chances are I'm going to need them anyway, so I'll just do that. Okay, this is the copper transmutation. All right, I don't remember what I was doing. Well, we got tin. And let's go for silver. And you know, I'm just going to grab both of them. Wait, what did the tin one unlock something? Oh, zinc and bronze. Ooh. All right. Actually, you know what? I'll just grab those ones as well. All right. Okay, so I just went through all of the low tier ones. So if we come over here, didn't mean to do that. I got every single one of these. So we got bronze, electrum, brass, battery alloy, soldering alloy, invar, copper, nickel, bismuth, bismuth, cobalt, nickel, antimony, and zinc. Now, if we come over to yonder, we can see, nope, where is it at? Right here. We can do metallurgic perfection transmutation, but it is taboo. So we're going to do that. And, oh, that's rough. It's one we don't know about? Oh, no. We're going to do that one first. All right, I kind of, this was the last one I did. You can tell I kind of just stopped caring at the end there. But once I do this, you've gained warp, you've gained permanent warp. So very, very cool. And there's a way to kind of glitch it. I'm not 100% sure if it still works, but we're going to try. Because then we don't have to wait for this anymore. Okay, so we have 5 permanent warp. Nothing crazy. I'm not that worried about it. I think that just makes it so that random noises will happen. So, meh. Worth it for infinite nugget duplication. Yeah, I'll take that. All right, do I remember the last thing that I did? Not even a little bit. But look at this. We're full. I'm not sure. We're full on diesel too. Let's go. Oh my gosh, we're full on all of our fuel. Oh, this is amazing. Oh, Oh, oh yes. That feels good. That feels good. I might just throw another super tank on our diesel line just for funsies. Who knows? Feeling cute. Might expand it a little bit. That's so nice. Okay. I'm shocked. Absolutely shocked, man. I do need to make another crop manager. I'm gonna... What, do I have anxiety now? Is that what thaumcraft does? What the heck was that? Okay. I guess I just have anxiety. All right, everybody, welcome back. I have done quite a bit, and so we're going to talk about everything that I've done. This is slowly building back up. I had to move our wonderful ore drill. We'll show that here in a second, but I tried to record everything that I've done in the last little bit, but it took 17 minutes to do so. So if that doesn't tell you that we've done a lot, then yeah, I don't know what will. So what this is, I believe I've shown off some of this. I think I cut it out. So what this does is it takes silicon dioxide and it mixes it with magnesium. It takes 3 silicon dioxide per. So this does use our silicon dioxide pretty quickly, which is actually really good. But it turns the magnesium into magnesia, which then is thrown into an electrolyzer, and it turns it back into magnesium. And it also gives us 1 oxygen per. So that goes through this, the silicon dioxide gets turned into straight raw silicon. And then the raw silicon goes through this system. And this system is super important. So it takes salt, which you can see each one of these has salt. It either has rock salt or standard salt. Rock salt makes the chlorine faster, but the salt will be in a closed loop. So it will always be producing. Why is this in the input? Oh, okay. And then the chlorine gets thrown into here. When a raw silicon comes in, it gets turned into silicon tetrachloride, I believe. And if we do this in a chemical reactor, we make salt from sodium with the silicon tetrachloride, and we get silicon solar grade polyside dust. So you can see we have 531 of that, which is quite a bit. And then I have been working on down here, this whole system. I'm just slowly going to be going around the surrounding area, and these slowly reduce the amount that it recovers per operation. So this slowly will get less and less efficient with it going 24/7. It's not a huge deal, you know, if I am losing out on some efficiency, but yeah, so the whole system automatic for that. And then let's come over here. I have expanded this bad boy, so it's no longer just 1 tall. It's now 4. Yeah, 4 tall, and slowly getting even taller. Hopefully we can get it to like super tall. And then if we look here, we have a whole bunch of resources. I just expanded how big this was. And if we look at this bad boy, we have an advanced combustion generator. What I've done is I've actually doubled up on it. So now this is operating at high voltage, which, as you can tell by my middle backpack, I have gotten some wonderful, I turned all of our, who's it called? Stainless steel dust into standard stainless steel. But we'll talk about stainless steel here in a minute. But let's go over here, and we have a wall of dust. So any dust that we need, for example, we have vanadium, which can be used in a mixer with a whole bunch of stuff, but primarily what we want it for is vanadium steel dust, because this is our best resource, medium voltage, for doing hard tools and stuff. So high durability tools. We come down here, nothing has really changed in there. So, I might have done that off camera. The steam furnace again. That might have been off camera, but this is just going from our macerator or grinder into, okay, so let me just show you. So this takes any resources that we have, for example, all of this purified stuff. And if the output is not a crushed version, then it won't go into this. If it is a crushed version, then it'll come over here. But if it's not, it'll just come straight into this bad boy, which will then come over here and will be put into our wonderful steam separator, which is just a centrifuge. And if we look here, this is all starting to get processed. That's what all of our stuff upstairs is. And so we're getting some of the ore duplication. Now we're getting close to being able to just go straight into high voltage. All I've been doing is just making a ton of circuits. But with that, let's talk about in here. Whoa, look at this. It's so cool. Let me turn off. There we go. So what we have going on in here is, first of all, this is a mushroom farm. What this does is it takes 2 green mushroom, extracts it into glowstone. The glowstone then gets turned into, in here in a centrifuge, it gets turned into gold and redstone. So those are 2 super important resources. Gold and redstone are going to be integral, primarily redstone, because we can use this for unlimited. Let me get to it. If we go to the, is it the centrifuge? Centrifuge. We can get ruby, which can then be turned into our lovely chrome. We need tons of chrome. Chrome is going to be super important. So then we can take the chrome and it's used for 24 recipes. And all of these, especially Canthal, you got to remember Canthal. This is going to be super duper important for later on. So we'll mix it with it. And then we also need it for stainless steel. So chrome, oh my goodness, so important. And this will be turned into an automatic system later. Now let's talk about this system. Whoa, look at all this stuff. Whoa. So this is just an XP farm. We have, I believe, 6 levels. That's 1, 2, 3. And then if we come down, so it was 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 3, and there should be 1 in between. Yeah, 2. So there you go. We have a whole bunch of these. And this took me quite a bit to actually develop, but I don't think that this is the most efficient way that we can do this. First of all, I'm pretty sure that it's a bit laggy on the server, but other than that, it's also just, I mean, as I said, it's not very efficient. And I'd like to make it more efficient, but we don't really have an option to do that yet. But what this was doing was it was actually converting our resources. It was converting the concentrated essence berry into liquid XP, which then was getting bottled into these XP drawers and also this auto crafting bench, which we'll talk about here in a second. So there you can make what's called a crafting plan, I believe. Here it is, a recipe plan, which is just paperboard, which is just 2 paper and a refined glue. And you can make a recipe plan. So you put it in here, you do whatever recipe you want, and then you can throw it in the auto crafting bench and you can put it right here. And you can just put, you know, any recipe that you want and it'll output it. And I just have it pulling from it into this to make tiny piles of arsenic. This doesn't actually extract, so let me turn that off. But it is super cool. And if we come upstairs, I have gotten, I believe, 3 stacks of arsenic from that. And again, as I said, not super duper efficient. I'm not really going to want to use that very often, especially where XP, especially where, you know, it's not as big of a deal. I have quite a bit of electrum. We get electrum dust from one of our resources. So if we, I believe it is whatever the next one is. Yes, electroline. We have a small chance of getting electrum. So that's pretty cool. And so we had quite a bit of it. And I'm sure that we have some more somewhere around here, but I'm not as worried about it. Electrum, not as big of a deal anymore. So that's great. And yeah, I think that that's everything. One thing that we will need to do is we will actually have to make a decent mob farm for XP. And I was looking, and I think that the best system for that is going to be using cursed earth, which means we have to kill a wither, which not a super big deal, but we'll do cursed earth and a mob farm because we need, so let me go to it real quick. So first of all, cursed earth, I believe we need a drop of evil. It's like a seed of evil. something like that. I don't know. I'll have to see, but it can spread. And so we can kind of bring it towards wherever we need to. But this, if we put a spawner on top of it, it will turn them into higher tier mobs, which will actually give us steel. It'll give us steel resources. And it's one of the more popular ways of doing mob farms. And so I was thinking, well, you know, if it's so popular, maybe it's super duper efficient. And I did look into it. Super efficient. You can get tons of resources super quickly, and then we can just pipe it straight into a steel chest, our steel chest to be specific, and then it'll just go through the grinder and we'll get tons and tons of steel from that. And I think that that's pretty much it now that I think about it. And yeah, so give me a second. Oh, one more thing I want to talk about. Now, this whole system, I have just aluminum going through. I think I said that. But if we come here, because of the arsenic that I got, I have a ton of bullies. So we have 47 bullies. And if we get 16 wafers per, we get 752 just from these 47 wafers. Now, if we were to just convert all of these into diodes, we would get 3008 diodes. Now, technically, we will be coming into high voltage, which means that we can use tantalum, I believe. Okay, it doesn't seem like tantalum is like the big resource next. It's actually going to be titanium in high voltage. And all of this is going to need a clean room, so that's going to be kind of rough. But titanium is the big one for high voltage. SMD circuit components also is going to be super important. And actually, we have platinum metallic powder dust. Now that I think about it, if we come over here, I believe this is it. Yeah, platinum metallic copper dust. Metallic powder dust. That's, oh. Oh, that's not good at all. Huh. That's not good. Oh. Okay. Well, anyway. That is it. And I think that I'm going to just leave that episode there. I'd like to start fresh and daisy next episode. And we can start getting Canthal and everything. And I'll make sure that I record all of that. Because this episode was kind of crazy. I was having a whole bunch of issues. And I just started school back up. So I wasn't really able to, you know, do a whole bunch. But I had a week-long break. So that's why all this stuff all of a sudden happened. And yeah, so I had recorded in between, but it was just a bunch of mumbling, and it would have been like a 3-hour video, and that's not epic. So it's not epic for me, I should say. I don't know if y'all would want that, but I don't want to edit that. So I decided, no, we're okay. So anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Oh, one more thing I want to talk about. Now, this whole system, I have just aluminum going through. I think I said that. But if we come here, because of the arsenic that I got, I have a ton of bullies. So we have 47 bullies. And if we get 16 wafers per, we get 752 just from these 47 wafers. Now, if we were to just convert all of these into diodes, we would get 3008 diodes. Now, technically, we will be coming into high voltage, which means that we can use tantalum, I believe. Okay, it doesn't seem like tantalum is like the big resource next. It's actually going to be titanium in high voltage. And all of this is going to need a clean room, so that's going to be kind of rough. But titanium is the big one for high voltage. SMD circuit components also is going to be super important. And actually, we have platinum metallic powder dust. Now that I think about it. If we come over here, I believe this is it. Yeah, platinum metallic copper dust. Metallic powder dust. That's, oh. Oh, that's not good at all. Huh. That's not good. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, that is it. And I think that I'm going to just leave that episode there. I'd like to start fresh fresh and daisy next episode, and we can start getting Canthal and everything, and I'll make sure that I record all of that, because this episode was kind of crazy. I was having a whole bunch of issues, and I just started school back up, so I wasn't really able to, do a whole bunch, but I had a week-long break, so that's why all this stuff all of a sudden happened. And yeah, so I had recorded in between, but it was just a bunch of mumbling, and it would have been like a 3-hour video, and that's not epic. So it's not epic for me, I should say. I don't know if y'all would want that, but I don't want to edit that. So I decided, no, we're okay. So anyway, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.